The Oregon Community Quarterback Scholarship is a scholarship that we give. It's a 4-year scholarship to any in-state secondary education school. This is a different type of scholarship. We want the student who shows the ability to address a problem, find something that needs fixing in their community, in their neighborhood, in their city, in their state, and then has the wherewithal to go try and change it. If they've shown that they already love the state of Oregon and they love their community and they're invested in their community, I want to do everything I can to help support them. So we give them a 4-year scholarship to any secondary education school in Oregon. And we give them access to a board of mentors. And that board of mentors is made up of some of the key business leaders around the state. We give them the opportunity to sit and talk with people that you wouldn't necessarily have access to. That's the crux of this scholarship. Finding a kid who loves the state of Oregon, who is invested at a young age, and getting them connected to the right people right out of high school so that we don't miss that gap. If we identify him as a leader right now, let's do everything we can to keep that leadership here and to grow that leadership.
My name is Mitchell Thomas. I graduated from Philomath High School and I will be attending Portland State University. Leadership is very important throughout any community, especially a small community like the one I'm from, where everyone becomes really like a close family. Your class is very small and you get to know everyone.
Cross country is a difficult sport to recruit for. Well, Mitchell has made sure that kids come out regardless of ability. He knew that it didn't really matter who it was. If they believed in themselves and they believed in him as their team leader, they could do it. And so this past season, when we were not supposed to be a good cross-country team, we managed to finish 4th at the state championships, led by Mitch, with a bunch of kids you would never expect to win a trophy at state.
Athletics, academics, student government, volunteer, work. He did it all. And that's what I love about Mitchell is there was no challenge that wasn't in his wheelhouse. You want me to take on that job? Absolutely. We need those type of people in our community.
Without these opportunities and without these scholarships, it would make it a lot harder for me to be able to compete collegiately in college, which has always been a dream of mine.
To know he's going to get a scholarship that's not just going to expect him to go perform, but also going to help him continue to develop as a man is incredible. It's a fantastic opportunity, and I wish more scholarships did that.
I'm Tiffany Swan Belvoir, and I've just graduated from Culver High School, and I've gone there since kindergarten. I'll be going to OSU Honors College in the fall, and I'll be pursuing a career in engineering. I knew that I wanted to pursue college and a higher education, and in order to do that, I knew that I would have to work towards getting scholarships and work towards just showing people that I am dedicated.
Tiffany has some health issues, and so even as bright and as smart and as intelligent as she is, and being the valedictorian of her class with a 4.0, she misses a lot of school.
I was physically drained, I was tired all the time, but learning was the escape for me. Learning was the way that I was able to just forget about all of that, set it aside, and focusing on the bigger picture.
She was eager to perform and wanted to be a driving force in several things around the school. She had an integral part in developing the paddle wheel power project we did for the Oregon State Parks.
I'm going into engineering field, so doing a project like this really helped me realize what hands-on feels like. After college, I know I'll definitely stay in Oregon. I know that I'll be able to give back to the community.
Tiffany's interesting because she is passionate about science, technology, engineering, and math. For her to jump in and say, that's where I want to go, that's the field I want to get involved with. Well, I want that type of woman to be sticking around in our community.
My name is Antonio Roberto Emilio Ramirez. I graduated from the Woburn High School campus at Woburn Academy of Arts, Science, and Technology.
Antonio is the perfect example of somebody who has grown into his ability to be a leader. Antonio loves architecture. There was no avenue for him to explore that at his high school. So what did he do? He started his own architecture club. He went out and he went to the school board and said, this is what I want to do. And that takes some guts. That's not somebody who's shy and sitting on the sideline. That's somebody who jumps in and goes and gets what they want.
One challenge that I've dealt with my entire life is that when I was born, I was premature. And so the doctor, she broke both of my arms upon birth. And my right arm is still shorter than the left by a great length. It's there to remind me that, like, life's not always, easy. There's going to be some things in your way.
There have been some real frustrating times. I remember one particular time when some students were really whining about school lunch and money and that kind of stuff. And he just kind of was like, do you know what it's like to live on $17 a week on food stamps? He talked all the time about going to college. From the first day I met him, he talked about going to college. It was never an option. It was always where he was going because he was working his way away from that. I can see him coming back to our community as an activist for poverty, for the rights of the people who don't have voices, because he started to see the power that he has and the ability that he has to move people.
I'll be going to Portland State University this fall. I really want to bring back all the skills and knowledges that I learned, and I think I want to bring it back to the high school maybe and give it back to the younger generations that are coming through.
My name is Karen Espinosa. I just graduated from McKay High School and I will be attending Willamette University this fall. I am involved in the Salem Police Cadet Program. I've been involved in this program for about 2 years. I started as a recruit, then I have moved to squad leader, and now I'm recently just the secretary of the unit. It has changed my perspective.
She has committed herself to changing the perception of the Hispanic community has about law enforcement, and that is a big task to take on, and God, that's why I love Karen.
As I got to my junior year, we started talking about FAFSA and scholarships, and they let me know that I wasn't going to be able to get any financial help.
How can I get money to go to these universities that cost so much when the government won't support me? I have a 3.8 GPA, I'm in advanced placement classes, I'm involved in my community and leadership, and yet there's really no hope because of where my parents come from and where I was born. And so that was a huge challenge that Karen has faced, that she has overcame, and worked just incredibly hard to break down those barriers and to find the resources out there that are available.
Well, one thing that I always tell myself is to not be a victim. Move yourself from that situation and find people who care. There's going to be people out there that want to help you and see you succeed. Receiving the scholarship, first of all, it has mainly given me hope. It has given me that financial support that I will go to college and that I will especially remain there and expand my knowledge and my education, especially for my family.
I encourage anybody out there to contribute to a program like this that really seeks out students that have potential to do something important in our society and give them the tools that they need to continue on and do that.
Corporate executives that are looking for where they want to place their dollars, if we can help them find an opportunity to be able to do that, that's developing future business leaders or nursing or whatever it is that their little heart desire that they want to follow, and we can give them an opportunity to go do that, there's no better place to spend corporate dollars than that.
And this scholarship program is all about emerging leaders and keeping these amazing students in the state of Oregon. And so the Mentor program connects these high school to be college students with amazing leaders in the Oregon business community with the goal of keeping them in Oregon once they're done with college.
I grew up in a town with 2,000 people, go to college with 28,000 people, and I would have given anything to have been able to have someone that I could call and say, hey, I need a summer internship, or can I talk to you about this kind of work versus this kind of work? So it's really just connecting into the community and helping kids have a desire to stay in Oregon, because we want our great young people to stay here.
We all talk about keeping sharp people nearby, of not having the best and the brightest go somewhere else. And this is precisely the kind of program that keeps the best people here.
When we show that we are invested in the next generation of leaders, those leaders will grow. Those leaders will show us that they have something more to give. When people know that there are people out there that care for them, they are more likely to invest. that is what we're trying to cultivate. We're trying to cultivate young people who will invest in our community. And in order to do that, we have to invest in them.